The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is September 14th. I was like, wait a second.
Were you hoping it was Friday? Like, what day were you confused by?
I don't know. I think it was just like the brain shuts off every now and again at 5 a.m. So it was just one of those times where it's like, you know, when your car stalls?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my brain.
Okay.
Yeah, we went out of gear for a hot second. Happy Thursday. It's 5:30, so that's a raise for us at least.
There we go.
We're on time.
Got one thing going for us this morning.
Yeah. Well, after 30 years, WordPad, if you use a PC or Microsoft, the free program WordPad, which was basically the frugal free version of Microsoft Word, is slowly going to be going over to the trash bin.
I was going to say the frugal free version, but also like very noticeably the basic, nothing good about it, really hard to work kind of word processor.
I wouldn't say hard to work. It was essentially like Microsoft Word without all the fancy things. So you could write whatever you want and it looked legit. You just had to do everything you just had to know how to write.
Well, you had to do it by hand though. There didn't have any of the fancy tools in Microsoft Word.
You could bold and italics and underline and
perfect.
indent.
That's all you need.
Indent and all that stuff. I don't know if you could do like spacing or I don't think it had spell check either.
Yeah, that was a very annoying program. Do not try and vouch for it just because you're being frugal.
I learned how to use it because I was poor.
Okay.
And now I am sad because, well, actually, no, I think Google Docs are a thing now. So I could probably just transition to that.
Yeah, there's so many free programs out there that you don't have to be sad about WordPad. It's like the way of Internet Explorer. See you bye. I met somebody yesterday who had a really cool life, but I never walked away from a conversation thinking, man, I'm glad I'm not you. More.
Just entitled? Or?
No, very strangely. So he said that he got to go to Europe for his job. And
Pretty
I was
great.
like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Did you do this? Did you do this? He was like, not really. The flight was really long and I only got to be there for a week. And I was like, that's how long I went to Europe for, and I sure really took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, yeah, next week I have to go to Alaska. I was like, oh, great time of year to go. The weather.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's just like a spruce grove, but you're in a state called Alaska.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, wow, okay. And then he's like, yeah, the week after that I go to California. And I was like, oh, man, well, that'll be a nice treat. Like, I mean, if the weather's, even whatever the weather is, it'll be better there.
You're like, they could send you to Wandering River or Grassland, my dude. Like,
yeah. And then he goes, well, I'd like to get some landscaping done on my house, but I have to keep traveling. I just bought a new one. And I was like, oh, congratulations. He's like, yeah, the landscaping's not done.
oh, my goodness.
And then I was like, well, at least we're having such a great fall for it. And he was like, the weather could change at any second. We're in Alberta. And I finally said, man, you're working really hard to steal my joy here.
Yeah, you could have handed him $20. He's like, ugh, wish you would have gave me 50.
I know. He was brutal. And he said, yeah, I'm kind of a pessimist. And I was like, at least you know.
Yeah.
And then I walked away. Like, I was like, this conversation has done nothing except make me think, I'm so glad I'm not you, even though you seem to have a really cool travel job.
And he probably goes to people and he's like, why does no one like me?
Yeah, I can't figure it out. I have a good face, but no personality.
Yesterday was a pretty big alien day on social media.
Yeah, it feels like an alien year. We had the U.S. talking about finding evidence of a crash site, and now Mexico, right?
Yeah, so there's one real and one fake story. So we'll start with the fake one. Something came out yesterday early in the morning, and it essentially said that alien skeletons believed to be 1,000 years old got unveiled down in Mexico. And someone was holding like a press conference for it.
Interesting. Now, who was the someone? Was it like Mexican officials? Or?
I guess it was this like hardo journo. Who's also a big UFO grifter.
Sometimes you can't short form words when you're talking official. A hardcore journalist?
Yeah, like a hardo. He just tries really hard. He's just like won't give up type of thing. He's a hardo.
And he believes in aliens.
Yeah, and he believes in aliens. So he tried to hold a press conference of some sort, unveiling these coffins, and then this big like
Coffins?
They look like coffins, and then almost like mummified, and then they were like unwrapping, and then all of a sudden like it was like this like kind of skeleton looking sandcastle alien looking thing that we're laying in these, and there's video of it all. In my dead giveaway, when I first saw it, it got debunked later on in the day. When I first saw it, though, I was like, how did the cartoons in the 90s get the exact description of what an alien looks like? 'Cause that's what this looked like.
Okay, and that's what I thought when I saw it too just now. Like, I'm only seeing it a couple minutes ago, but I was like, wow, they didn't want to be very creative with what they think an alien looks like. They're like, we've been told for years in drawings and space movies that aliens look like this. We'll just make a skeleton and confirm humans, you were right.
Yeah, it's just a big head with the skinny, lanky body and arms and fingers and everything.
And it still has a nose and a mouth and like eyes.
It looks like it's made out of
eyes.
sand.
Yeah, and only 2 eyes on there. Like, come on, at least give it 3.
Yeah, come on. So that's the fake one, which I was kind of excited about when it first came out, but I was like, my hesitations are there. So that was fake. But then there was one that was backed by a lot of studies, and one exclusively from like the University of Cambridge. And they said a planet 120 light years away. So just a quick plane ride with today's technology.
No big deal.
Yeah.
With Star Trek technology, maybe.
Yeah. It has chemicals that could indicate the presence of life, carbon-based molecules, and they may have an ocean over there, just 120 light years away.
That is very interesting. Also, I find interesting, though, like human life that could support. We're in one solar system. Of course, there are other life forms, I think, in other solar systems, but they might just not need water and air to live.
Whoa, this is definitely getting big brain over there.
Sorry. I think it would be really strange to be the only people in the entire or only beings in the entire universe with a society and stuff. Okay, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Come on, stop this, Sean. You ever played Settlers of Catan, Sean?
I have never played it, but I've heard plenty about it. I've seen the box, too, in people's homes.
And the hexagons and everything.
No.
Oh.
I've seen the box.
Okay. Haven't seen inside the box.
I haven't seen inside the box. I've seen the box in people's homes.
Okay, well, a lot of people, it was definitely popular in like the 2010s, even in the like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been around for a very long time.
Okay, I've only recently heard about it.
Wow, because I feel like it's I don't like it. So every time I go to a friend's house and they're like, we could play Catan, I'm like, we could play Dominion. We could play anything but please don't make me play that game.
Yeah.
But somebody still thinks it's trending and is in good faith because they're putting out a Catan inspired cookbook.
Oh yeah, that's a heavy niche that you can probably capitalize on, I think.
It is, but the weirdest thing about it to me is that the game is all about like gathering resources.
Oh, okay.
And so there's brick and ore and wood. So you're certainly not going to use those. There's only 2 resources left. One is sheep and one is grain. So I guess there's going to be a lot of flour and lamb recipes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently it comes with 77 different recipes. And then they have more over like themed names. So there's a forest dweller's dip. So maybe that's how they're tying in the lumber. And there's a tavern ale pie, fireside banana boats. I'm like, excuse me, I don't think there was bananas in Catan. They didn't have anything great back then.
Yeah, I could see it being a hit though. As you get ready, how long would you say a game goes?
It takes about like 40 minutes to an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, I could definitely see when you gather the homies for a night of Catan, a couple games. You get the cookbook and maybe a potluck going.
There you go.
And it's a full-on theme night.
Okay, I like the way. I might have to start liking Catan again because you know I love
The
a good
cooking
party.
aspect.
Yeah.
Major day yesterday. The color of the year was announced.
No way. For next year. I guess they put out 2024 cars in September. So here we are, color of the year for next year. What is it?
Well, I'm going to guide you along a journey here because that's what they did to me here. So Beauty Tone is the one who did this, all with the paints and stuff,
Yes,
right?
Yeah. And last year, I think theirs was blank canvas.
I remember you talking about it. You were pretty hyped up about it. You did a lot of, you went through a lot of whites in your kitchen recently.
I did. And I came pretty close to choosing blank canvas as my color for the kitchen. So they chose correctly.
Okay, so we'll go on a journey here. So I will tell you, I'm going to give you, I love how descriptive they got with this. So I'm going to take you along. They named it Illumina. Illumina. It is the Latin word for illuminate. Where does that guide you immediately?
I think it's like, I hope it's not another white, like, like that really brightens up the space, all that white, illuminate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this speaks to the color's ability to lighten up any space, like you were saying, from the kitchen to the bedroom, inspiring a sense of clarity and wellness and sparking feelings of hope.
Now I think I'm navigating more towards blue.
A blue?
Like a sense of clarity.
Oh.
Sounds kind of like clear, pure water, kind of. So maybe blue.
Okay. Kristen Gear, she is the color specialist at Beauty Tone. What a title that is. She says Canadians can create a space that feels both engaging and relaxing, a combination created in part of some of the colors that they use. The what is it, the RGB stuff, the scale that they use to create a color.
Yeah.
She's like, what the combination, you can have everything with relaxing and engagement with this one.
Okay. But then now maybe it's yellow.
Okay.
So there's like illuminate.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know if yellow causes clarity at all, but like warm and inviting, like sitting and relaxing, that sounds kind of nice. Like just like a happy yellow.
Yeah.
And illuminating, maybe a warm light bulb.
Yeah. The Illumina is setting the stage for a new direction. The color represents a shift forward beyond the desired simplicity and ease and toward its inspiration and renewal.
No.
Illumina is one of 7 beautiful hues of the 24 color palette, along with 4 supporting neutrals.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going back to blue. Like, if it's like this fresh color palette. Say that first sentence you just said again?
Yeah, I don't know what one that was.
Okay, well, anyway,
shift forward beyond the desire for simplicity and ease.
Because I think that yellow is kind of like a static color. Like, you're happy and you don't need to change anything. But if you're looking to shift forward, maybe then blue is back at the top of my list.
Okay.
Clarity, pure,
That's all I have for descriptive sentences. What do you want to lock in here for Illumina?
It's going to be blue. I think it is a blue color. I think it's light, light blue. But I don't think, like, white sounded great, but I don't think they'd go with a white again 2 years in a row. And I think yellow only had that one room kind of vibe, but doesn't have the rest of the attributes.
Okay, locking it in.
Locking in blue. Really? I spent a lot of time thinking about this.
Well, you were on the right track. A soft yellow with notes of red, a nostalgic pop of cheerful color is Illumina.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I had a friend, I showed this to a friend. They said they had this. It is a buttery yellow, and they did not like it.
Oh no. Jeepers.
I was like, so much for color of the year.
So much for that color specialist that picked it. Here's a staggering stat for you, Sean.
Okay.
Staggering stat. Every 6 minutes in Canada, a car is stolen.
I knew that.
You did?
Yeah, we did a story on it. Thanks for paying attention.
Oh, well, I thought I was giving you some new information.
So I kind of know roughly about it. I've read the article and I've read it on the radio as well, this radio station. But tell me about it. What's up?
Do you know what the most stolen car is?
I don't. I didn't write about that. I didn't write the story. Our homie John did, but I read his writing of the story. What's the most stolen car? It's a truck, probably.
It's not. It's a Honda CR-V.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, apparently that's like the easiest car to steal.
Okay, no, because Ontario has a crap ton of people and they don't really have trucks over there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Trucks. Fort Mac, though. Alberta. We all love the trucks.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that apparently Canada is becoming a donor country.
Yeah.
So a vehicle gets stolen, immediately crosses the border, never to be seen or heard from again. And they say the reason why we are a donor country is because there isn't a a big punishment for stealing the cars, so people feel
Yeah.
kind of like, it's not that long, I won't worry about it, I'll just steal the car.
Damn.
Yeah.
I saw a video actually last week, and I think it was the CBC, and they were doing a little investigative reporting into it all. And some homie was over in Africa on a junkyard, and they went to the junkyard, and in the glove box, it still had the person's information, and they found the guy's information from Ontario. They FaceTimed him from Africa and be like, hey, I'm in your stolen car right now. They're like, holy crap, it was like 2 months ago that it was stolen, and it was already in a junkyard across the pond.
How could this be so lucrative that you can pay the gas to fuel a boat to take you you know what I mean? Like, this had to be put it on a boat, probably in some sort of sea can, and taken across the sea. They didn't put it in a plane. How else are you going to get to Africa from Canada?
I just love that's how you go.
This is what I think. Like, how much is this car really worth? How many cars do they have to steal to be able to make this
No kidding.
worthwhile?
The operation behind it all.
Especially if you're going to put it in a junkyard. Like, what? I thought you were going to steal it and make it into somebody else's car.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway. Sucks.
Yeah.
Every 6 minutes.
I came across some technology yesterday that I think every local business should look into to get some reviews for their place.
Okay, well, fill us in.
So I went to a place here, #NoFreeAds, and after I was done at that place, they sent me a follow-up text to my phone and just said, thanks for visiting. Based on your visit, how likely would you recommend us? Reply 0 to 10, or you can just send stop and they'll stop sending you messages. But
Okay.
I went through with it, so I was just like 10.
That was great. It felt good.
Yeah. They send a follow-up. Thanks. If you don't mind letting us know, why did you choose that score? Reply with your comments, or N to skip. So I just sent like 2 sentences explaining why it was great. And then after I did all that, it said, got it. When you have a few minutes, it would be amazing if you shared your review. Here's how you do it. And it sent me a link. Clicked on the link, and then it went to what I think this third-party app is, and all it did was like, all you have to do, here's your answer, just copy it, and here's 2 hyperlinks, one to our Facebook page, one to Google. You click the hyperlink, it takes you right to where the review happens. All you have to do is paste your review and then go to the next one. Paste your review, go to the next one, because it just copies your answer from the text conversation.
So that was fully like probably 2 minutes of work on your part, and
not
a
even.
huge help to the business.
Exactly. And so it's free, it's easy to do, and it just speeds up the complicated process of having the user kind of be like, is this where I leave the review, or is that where is this your business? Like, it just leaves out that uncertainty, because it just directs you right to it right away, and you don't even have to like write your answer out again. It's already copy and pasted for you from what you originally wrote.
Totally. And I think a lot of people have great experiences, and then it's like, please leave us a review, and then you walk away and you're like, I absolutely will, this was awesome, but you don't ever do it because you never think about it again. So this is like top of mind, and then get it done right away, easy peasy. And
so I think the website that it directs you to is called HireFrederick.com. So I think that's the third party kind of
Frederick.
Yeah, I think that's the third party. So if you're a business out here and you're wondering how to like kind of speed up that review process, look into it. It was great.
I went to the oil sands trade show yesterday. I was working there on a live broadcast for about 4 hours. And I just want to commend them on their idea of giving everybody a very large lanyard with big print name tags.
Okay. Why is that?
Because the conference only happens once a year, and all of these people are kind of industry partners who they've definitely networked with before, maybe had coffee with, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
And those name tags were working hard yesterday.
Okay, so a lot of people like recognize faces, but they're just like, oh, is that Carl or John or Daryl or Jeffrey?
And I saw so many people be like, hey, how you doing? And then look straight down at the name tag and be like, it's so good to see you, John. So happy that you made it here another year. But like, you could just tell that those name tags were working hard. And I think that was the most genius idea. And I wish everybody wore name tags.
That's right. Yeah. Did you get one as well?
No,
wow.
I didn't. I had to walk around and say, hi, I'm Steph. It was a hard, arduous task.
That's right. That's right. I guess it's an easy in for a lot of places. If you just had to like kind of mosey your way in, you'd be like, oh, no one knows me. There we go.
Yeah, I can introduce myself to every single person here because I did not come to this last year.
Yeah. If you have tightness in your hips or lower back, I may have a solution for you.
Oh, please fill us in.
Yeah, so if you have those two problems and you also sleep on your side, I came across some information yesterday.
Okay.
My For You page was on point yesterday with just some helpful tips and everything.
TikTok knows that you're getting old and you got a sore back.
Yeah, 100%. And it gave me this video from some sort of doctor. He's an internet doctor, so I don't put my full trust in him.
Okay, I'm glad that you're aware. I'm glad that you've prefaced that.
Yeah, cross-referenced with some other things just to make sure I wasn't getting done a little hoo-ha over here. But essentially, he was saying if you sleep on your side, it could lead to tightness in your hip flexors and also tightness in your lower back. And whenever I go to a chiropractor in real life, they always say, oh, your hip flexors are super tight. That's why you can't do that. And because your hip flexors are tight, it's kind of connected to your lower back and it's all part of one. So here's some stretches to help out with all of that tightness.
Okay. And then this doctor said on the internet, oh, I know the fix, especially for hip flexors and tightnesses, don't sleep on your side anymore.
Yeah, he was essentially saying if you sleep on your side with no support anywhere around your body, that over due time, it can lead to tightness in all those areas that I'm experiencing right now. And to kind of combat it, you got to put a pillow between your knees and ankles and kind of square up your hips, because when you're sleeping, you kind of droop down into a comfy position where you're not just going to be like straight as a board the whole time you're sleeping on your side type of thing.
Yeah.
And also you start to kind of the spine, there's a bunch of logistical things, but basically your spine gets twisted, your hips are unsquare, and you just get into a comfy position, and then it ends up being just uncomfortable. So his solution was pillow between the knees and then a pillow kind of in your chest area so your whole body can relax, be kind of square, and then hopefully over time you don't have to deal with pain in your hips and back.
I have an invention idea.
Okay.
A mattress.
Yes.
That comes with these accessories that are attached to the mattress. So you can just kind of slide yourself in. You slide your ankle underneath the pillow section. You slide your knees in. Like, it seems like a lot of pillows you have to buy. We should just patent a mattress with built-in side sleeper support.
Mm-hmm. The only problem, sometimes I like to flip in the night from one side to the other. I was just going to go with a pregnancy pillow.
You know what? They probably did already invent that, but we could change the name of it so that it reaches a wider market, because men probably don't know that this pregnancy pillow is actually a side sleeper's dream.
That's right.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.